How's everyone doing this late Friday afternoon? It's 4:45. That means one thing and one thing only. The weekend has landed. Get in there. Welcome to the deadline stream for hashtag for game week 3. Is all fresh and well. Just let you know, I've made a transfer that I said on FPL Bellardi earlier on. Yeah, so the transfer that I got in Ben Chilwell, replacing Luke Shaw, because unfortunately Luke Shaw had an injury yesterday in training, a muscle injury. Yeah, so my team is Onana in goal, defense Chilwell, Gabriel, Estrapina, midfield Foden and Bono, Salah, my vice captain Saka, Eze, and up front is João Pedro, and my captain Erling Haaland. The bench is Turner, Cash, Nico Lewis, and Bamba. Or West Ham, who doesn't get any minutes. Callum, should I start Rashford or Diaz? Oh, that's a tough one. Good start to the question already. I think Rashford could be playing on the left wing this weekend, but probably I would go for Diaz, but it's up to you because they got Sheffield United away this weekend. Have Man City. Sheffield United are going to concede a lot of chances as well. Of course, the last game week I got 62 points. One of my players unfortunately got me no points. That was João Pedro. He came off the bench for 1 point and then he got a little card, so he was back to 0 points. But to be fair, I take 62 points. I beat the average points. That's all that matters. Mark says, Callum, Luis Diaz. I mean, fair enough. I think I would go for Rashford, even though Luis Diaz has had a good start to the season for Liverpool. Two goals in 2 games. But to be fair, they got a tough one away at Newcastle this Sunday. Well, if you want to risk him, that's up to you. Mark, Francis, are you playing in goal this season? I am indeed, but I'm not first choice. I'm second choice. Brandon Lawn, welcome to the stream, Brandon. I don't think João Pedro will start. I think he will start this week because that other midfielder Ciso is going to be out for a long time. But as I said last week, Brighton have a lot of attackers. Like they were saying, Olana could play the number 10 as well. Ferguson is starting. Yeah, I say we'll be starting in place of probably Welbeck because Welbeck's had a poor start to the season. If I'm completely honest with you, he was very poor against Luton in the first game. I don't know what he was like against Wolves last week, but of course another great win for them, 4-1 away at Wolves last week. Everybody said, yeah, it wasn't a 4-1 game, but unfortunately the result doesn't lie. Brighton have been very good this season. 8 goals in 2 matches, and of course the last game week, of course, as you know, Ollie Watkins is not on penalties anymore for Villa. Luis Diaz is on penalties now for Villa, and of course, the last game week, Saka gave up his penalties to give it to Odegaard, but doesn't mean that Saka is still on penalties. I don't know why he gave up the penalties to Odegaard last Monday. I don't know what's going on with that, like. Killian, thoughts on triple captain Haaland? I think it's too early to triple captain. Killian. Brandon asked. I also think Salah will only get the 2 points this week. Don't think Liverpool will get anything. That could be very true. But if he doesn't get the goals, he can get the assist. That's what Salah's capable of. Yeah, to be fair, it will be a tough game for Liverpool. I won't read that. Other comments. All right, cheers. Do you know what? Start Rico or that new Tottenham defender. Don't know his name. I think I would start with Rico Henry of Brentford. No Gabriel, but you never know. You never know what could happen tomorrow because Tomiyasu suspended, of course, because he picked up those 2 little cards. I thought that was harsh. 2 little cards, but he only Havertz held the ball for very long when he was going to take the throw in, but and then Tomiyasu and then he took 8 seconds, and that was his first yellow card. And then a few seconds later, he got his second yellow card and a red, of course. Foxy, Gabriel wants what happened to him? Robbed of a clean sheet. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. But lucky enough, I didn't start him in the last game. Put him on the bench. Well, to be fair, he would have come on the bench if João Pedro had not got 0 points. But it's one of those things. To be fair, when Arsenal went down to 10 men, they were hanging on. To be fair. Other questions? It's going very fast. Yeah, man, robbed of 5 points. Yes, but it's like the cookie crumbles. That's the name of the game, like. Start Pedro or Cash? That's a tough one. I think I will start with Pedro because he's on penalties for Brighton. Did Tomiyasu not have his return over? No, he didn't. I think that was McAllister. I did hear about Tomiyasu's return, but I think that the suspension is going to start for Tomiyasu. And of course, McAllister got a red card for Liverpool. It was a straight red card. To be fair, was it harsh? But to be fair, his foot was very high in the shins. I don't think they should have not overturned that. But unfortunately, it's been overturned. The McAllister red card, but not Tomiyasu's. Will Rico Lewis start? I don't think so, Brian. I don't think so. I don't think so. I can check anyway, but I don't think so. Just check. Premier League. Thoughts on captaining Evan Ferguson? I don't think he's not going to get that many goals against West Ham. To be honest with you, I know one of the players for West Ham got 2 yellow cards, and he scored against Chelsea, by the way. Yeah. So, Man City. To be fair, I'm not going to get the Man City. Well, I can actually get the lineup. No. Nowhere near. No, Nico Lewis is not going to start against Sheffield United. No way. Check other comments. Ferguson starting for Brian. I think so. Yes. Bench one. Oh God. I think I would bench probably Luis Diaz because Saliba I think would get a clean sheet because Fulham are not great as they were last year. Estepina is very good going forward, even though he's got to be careful picking up yellow cards. But to be fair, he's had a good start to the season. Estepina. I think he's picked up. What is it? Is it 80? Is it? Oh, what do you call it? Is it 18 points in 2 matches? He's picked up this. He's picked up this season. I think I will bench Luis Diaz this week because he's got a tough one away at Newcastle. Will Aaron still start for Bournemouth? Heading rumours. I don't think so. I think he'd be only be starting for the League Cup or the FA Cup, but not in the Premier League. What time is the deadline? 6:30, Kim. Charlie says hello. Harry, how are you? This course is coming up to this evening now, Charlie. How are you? Well, Josh. Hey, can I use my wild card after? Make my transfer or transfers, or will it still take my points away? If you do your wild card, you don't get points deducted. But I think it's too early to make a wild card because the first wild card ends by game week 20. Would you believe it or not? Day 7 of asking Francis apply. I mean Diaz, the City defender. Yeah, I think he's a good option this week. He won't get you tackle returns. He will probably get a clean sheet. That's about it. Patrick, is that Alana, you mean? because you missed about it, but that's okay. Like that's okay. Aaron says, all right, Francis Powell. Not too bad. It was a bit sore the neck last night, but it's better now. Keen, Francis, how are you? Yeah, mate, doing exciting. How's the payment going? You go to the match next Saturday. It depends. I mean, it depends. If I have an early game next Saturday, maybe. But if I have a late game at 1:30, 2:00, there'll be no chance of me making it. Like, of course, I've already made my transfers in the Spanish fantasy, the Real Viva one. Yeah, I got Bellingham in. Jesus, he was actually 9 million, and now he's 9.4. How well he's done? How well he's done it in the first two matches with his new club. I'm sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. Are you technically? How you doing, man? Are you well, mate? Let's say if he scores, keep those likes coming and roses and all those as well. Of course, you know, of course, on Twitter now it's not called even though it's the same website. They've actually changed the name to X now on that used to be called Twitter. How you hope you win tomorrow? Won't be there. Oh, you won't be. Oh, you won't be there, will you? I'll be always be there. If I don't start, I would give the what do you call it, a team advice with my experience. Like, course, as I said, we're taking it one game at a time. I think we probably we would do better than last year. That's what I'm hoping of. Like, but at the time being, we're taking it one game at a time. No, 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 no. Tomorrow. So you're not playing tomorrow night? No, that's a pity. That's a pity. Ben White. What's made you start Pedro? The reason why I think he could be starting this week, and he's on penalties. What happens if things go wrong? Is there something wrong with Francis? No, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. No, pal. Unfortunately, probably working stuff, but it's one of those things. You got to do what you got to do. Like, Stuart Richarlison is my differential this week. I think Richarlison has been very disappointing. If I'm completely honest with you, Stuart, do not pick him. And of course, it won't be an easy game for Tottenham away at Bournemouth tomorrow because Bournemouth, even though they don't have much of the ball, they do work very hard. Like in the first 10 minutes, Bournemouth should have been 3-0 up at Anfield last Saturday. That first goal that Bournemouth scored, that should have stood. It came off a Liverpool player last, robbed. But they did score a few seconds later. And to be fair, Liverpool, even though they got the win 3-1, but the first 10 minutes they were awful. Yeah. Do you live with your parents? I do indeed. Aaron, 60 grand. Possible early. 60 grand. I think you mean 60 points last week, Aaron. Oh, he's still doing another poll, is Andy? Just check on the predictions. What score I'm going to go for this week. Bear with me, please. Keep those likes coming and roses or love hearts, whatever you call them. So the predictions I'm going to go for this week. What the hell is this thing? What's wrong with this thing? Something's wrong with this thing. Oh, here we are. So tonight I've gone for 3-0 Chelsea. 2-1 Tottenham away at Bournemouth. 2-0 Arsenal against Fulham. 2-1 Brentford against Palace. 1-1 between Everton and Wolves because I can't separate them. Only 1-0 Man United against Nottingham Forest because we're not playing well at the moment. 2-0 Brighton against West Ham. 2-1 Aston Villa away at Burnley. 3-0 Man City away at Man City. 3-2 Newcastle against Liverpool. And that's it. Of course, the biggest surprise last week, Salah missed a penalty last week, but lucky enough for me, he finally scored the game week 2. To be fair, even though he scored from the rebound, but he still got better points than Haaland, and I captured Salah last game week. Francis put some faith in United. Well, smash Nottingham Forest. I don't think it'd be that easy, Aaron, because even though we were a bit better last week, but we didn't take our chances last week. But to be fair, Man United are not playing very well at the moment. I can't keep the faith. No. Not the way we're playing. And our weakness is still our striker. Still. So I can't keep the faith. AJ Lewis will start. I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. Where do you work? I don't work at all, mate. Back in the day I did, but not anymore. Do you work? No, don't work either of them. Luke Byrne, you going to Tala tonight? No, I've been watching it on TV at home because I'm very busy with fantasy like the Real Viva because it's totally changed this season. Probably I might go to the one. I don't think I'll be going to the one against Balls next week because that's on TV. So I won't. So I'm not going to the one against some dog this season or Balls. I might go to the one probably the last home game against Sligo. That's about it. Other questions? Paddy, who do you support? Man United, Ocean, Francis, Acme. Okay. Charlie, what age? 40, yeah. I won't say Aaron Francis. Going to the Bows against Derry match. Score prediction. Oh, that's a tough one. To be fair, I'm hoping for a draw. To be fair, I'm hoping for a draw. It won't be an easy game for Derry. It'll be tough because Bows want to get a result as well, but a draw can't separate them. I don't think Derry haven't beaten Bows this season, have they? Don't think so. Is Son a good option? 2 years ago he was, David, but not the way that I'm seeing David. No. What rank? I'm 189k at the moment, which is pretty decent. As a done nothing in his first two matches. Yeah, I know, but to be fair, he can take on players. But you never know. You never know. He could score this week because what happens if Palace get a penalty? Because he's on penalties for Palace. He's on free kicks. His free kicks weren't great. Against Arsenal, one of them, and he's on corners as well. But you gotta trust. Salah won't pick up points against Newcastle, and Pedro is not guaranteed to start. I think Pedro's guaranteed to start this week, but not every week. I think he will start against West Ham, but things could happen. And he's on penalties as well. You, Ray, to Barry's balls. Oh, I'm not answering that. To be fair, I'm actually happy with my team. I know it's not perfect, but I think the players will struggle for me. Could be Gabriel if he starts. It'd be a bonus. Eze could score, but I say he could struggle. And João Pedro, and probably Salah. Because Salah's got a tough match. To be fair, there's no easy matches in the Premier League every week. As well. No crying. Use my triple captain this week. That's a risky move, Alex. Alex, if I'm honest with you, that's a risky move. If you want to use it, best of luck to you, but I would wait for a double game week. Course at the moment in the bank, I have 0.8 at the moment. Of course, at some point in the season, I could get rid of Haaland or Salah because I need to save money as well, like. But it won't be today because I don't want that many point hit, like, until later on in the season, like. If Gabriel doesn't start tomorrow, I will be fuming tomorrow, but he's got a good record against Fulham, has Gabriel, to be fair. To be fair, I've actually loads of penalty takers on my team. You never know, I could get loads of penalties this weekend. If I'm lucky, of course. But it doesn't happen that way. Oh, Gabriel Jesus. He's back, like, but would he be ready to start? I thought Nketiah has done pretty well at the start of the season. He's got a goal and assist in his first two matches. Of course, he won that penalty last week. Well, last Monday during the week. Most people got Turner, like myself. Andrew Jackson would be better over, but unfortunately, I'm not getting Jackson. Unfortunately, Andrew, because I don't have enough money to get him. Unfortunately, because Jackson just went up in price last night, I think. Early hours this morning, he's 7.1 now. There's no chance because I already got Ben Chilwell already. So there's no chance. He might punish me, yes. But I don't think he would get that many goals. But you never know. Stranger things could happen. Like Luton will concede a lot of chances, but can Chelsea put them away? That's the problem. But Chelsea will create a lot of chances tonight. Drop on. Oh, that who was on loan with Brighton last season, something like that. Did he drop? I'll check for you now. I know who you're talking about. That Chelsea defender. Chilwell. Can check for you now. No, he's still 4.5. Still 4.5. I played my free, but so you played your free hit already, Adam? Have you activated it? I would wait until the blank game weeks. Hold on. What's the game called? Oh God. I don't really call any games to be fair. To be fair, if I'm honest with you, I use my wildcard switch suit me course I'll a class team and a good bench. That's up to you, Jack. That's up to you. But if you use your wild card too early, would you regret it? Well, it's one of those things. Like, is it not a game week? Game like Tony. That guy who scored for Chelsea last week. He won't be. He won't be playing. He's out for a long term. I don't know how many weeks. Chomper or something. Who scored against West Ham last week. Better option than Joe Pedro. No, because he's not playing for Chelsea this weekend. Josh Schwab, Gabriel for Saliba. I would love to, but it's not going to happen, Josh. Because I already made my transfer already. It's not going to happen. I regret not playing it too early. Last season, but forget about last season. Forget about last season. It's last season. It's last season. It's a new season. Oh, he plays for Wolves, does he? Check for you now. To be fair, I won't go for any Wolves players if I'm completely honest with you. Because they can't finish. I know they scored one against Brighton last week, but they can't finish. Can't finish. It's 5.5 million. He must have got the assist. No, nothing. No, stay away from Wolves players. No, they're not worth it. Not worth it. Cash for Gabriel. That's a tough one. It's up to you. Start Gabriel or Trent. I feel like Trent won't do much. You're wrong there, mate. To be fair, Trent is fit enough to play, but to be fair, 8 million is too much for a defender. But if you have him, you have him. And to be fair, Liverpool got a tough match anyway this Sunday. As Brown, Gusto for million is chemical. He'll be playing RW. God, while James is injured. Gusto's good for the short term, but of course, he's not guaranteed when James comes back. Gusto will be dropped again to the bench. But he's a good option for because Chelsea's fixtures are pretty decent the next 2 or 3. And just get Saliba in for Gabriel. I told you I've already made my transfer. I'm not doing that. And Gabriel's got a good record against Fulham. Should I get... Oh, that guy who scored for West Ham? Or Bailey might be getting banned for gambling. To be fair, Villa got a tough match away at Burnley this weekend. I don't think I would do that. My team is very slim to yours. It is indeed. That's always like that. Every team is different. Name is Henry. Good shout. Good shout. One. That's plays for Brentford. Yes, he is a good shout. He's only 4.5. Nicholas Gabriel isn't starting, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. He's had his rest. He's got to start tomorrow. He's had his rest. John Thunder doing that game tonight. Oh, really? Tom, Salah, and Pedro for Balbreno and Jackson. If you got 2 transfers, go for it, Tom, if you want. Are you... No, I'm not going to the match. I'll be watching it on TV. But I'm not going to say predictions until I do the team news later on. Why do keep Gabriel? Because the reason why I kept Gabriel, because number one, if Luke Shaw had not gotten injured, I would have gotten rid of Gabriel. That's the reason. Say no more. Big game it is. What do you think of Kai Havertz? Terrible option. Rubbish. Not good. John Roach, Gabriel will start. Hopefully. Jack, he says Cash on the bench if he doesn't play. Well, that's very true, but my choice. Pedro will not start. We'll see what happens. I think he will start. He's had his rest, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Like he's on the team sheet. We can still check. Just under an hour to go to the deadline closes, people. So don't forget to lock in your teams by 6:30. Paddy, do you think Roman? Oh, don't know the full name. Who does he play for? Is is any good? I don't know who he plays for. Um, Drain Watkins or Jackson. Jackson for me. Jackson for me. Even though Watkins, he's got is it 2 assists in his first 2 games? Yeah. And of course, he got a hat trick during the other day, the Conference League qualifier playoffs against Hibs. Paddy, he plays for Man United, the bench. All right. Ferguson is starting. Just confirmed it. Yeah, he will be starting. Says that Gabriel starting on sports mode dot com dot uk. Oh, Brighton play at 5:30 tomorrow. Didn't know that. No, no, Nicholas Jackson, correct. Might get him in the what do you call it, the Real Viva, but I can't get him because I'm not gonna have much money, and I've already made a transfer. Says that Pedro is starting, and I think he will start tomorrow. And Jeffrey, it's confirmed on Instagram. But Lake starting that Gabriel not playing. Go to sportsmode.com.uk or co.uk. He's starting on that one. He's got to start tomorrow. And Jay Cash is over Pedro. Why risk that rotation? I think Pedro will start for Brighton tomorrow. Guys, he's on the team sheet. He's on the team sheet. He's on the starting lineup. On sports mode. I think he will start against West Ham, and he's on penalties. No problem with that at all. Danny Welbeck, starting. No chance, Lewis. I think Ferguson is starting. Welbeck has been terrible first 2 matches. Which two should I start out of cash? Oh, I don't know. Is that the Irishman, or is it this and Akanji? I think you might start Cash and Akanji. Uh, who do I captain? Watford or Fernandez? I think I would. If I was a betting man, I won't captain neither of them. But I have to choose. I think I would captain Fernandez because he's on penalties. Because both of them been very poor. The first two matches for United. And one of the Tottenham defenders. He's not going to get you tackle returns, though. I don't think. Daniel. Jeff. Captain Son against Bournemouth or Haaland. That's easy for me. Haaland away at Sheffield United. Son has not impressed me. No. Watford or Saka. Saka for me. Saka. Probably not the goalkeeper one. One of those tough decisions. Does Ake start? What the hell? Okay. No. No, he does not. Would you not start Cash over Gabriel? No. 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 I'm going to go to Planet FPL. Oh, Jesus. See who James has. His team at the moment. At the moment. His captaincy, Haaland number 1, Saka number 2, Rashford number 3. Correct, he doesn't play. No. No, Salah, chemical man. Hit 200 plus 20 points every season. That's very true. Bit of a risk starting Pedro over Jackson. I don't have Jackson. Just stop. I don't have Jackson. Pedro won't get minute time. There's rumours is he starting. Captain say he's gone for Haaland number 1, Saka number 2, Rashford number 3, Foden number 4, Matona number 5. Sunday March number 6, Fernandez number 7, Odegaard number 8, Alvarez number 9, and Isak number 10. That's his top 10. He's gone for 2-0 Chelsea, 1 out of 3 in Bournemouth and Tottenham. He supports 3-0 Arsenal, 1-0 Brentford, 1-0 Wolves, 2-0 Man United. Another 4-1 win for Brighton against West Ham. He's gone for 4-1 Brighton. 4-1 Brighton. He's gone for 2-1 Villa, 3-0 Man City, 3-1 Newcastle against Liverpool. His team is Johnson, Saliba, Estepania, Chilwell, Saka is his vice captain, Rashford, Matona, Martinelli, up front, Watkins, Haaland captain, and João Pedro. Subs Turner, Gusto, Garnacho, and Nico Lewis. That's his team. One point for Jackson. Is Salah starting? Of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. He's Liverpool's best player. Of course he is. Rangers or PSV next week. Yeah, Rangers are right. But they actually beat them away last season. But of course, every season's totally different. You not reading? Can't read all the comments. Of course. I hope we win again, but it's a tough test. It is. It is. Henry, Watkins, or Risa? I think it would just about go for Risa for me because he's had a good start to the season. Says João Pedro starting. Yeah. By the way, the 2 goalkeepers that saved the penalties last week, if you had them last week, fair play to you. Neto saved the penalty for Bournemouth, and Areola saved the penalty. Enzo Fernandez missed by surprise. Yeah, so those were 2 penalties. Anderson from Luton. I don't think so, Thomas. Or going for minutes for 4 points and get another defender for 4 million. If you have the money, of course. But don't pick newly promoted teams because they're going to concede a lot of chances this season. Why do you have cash on the bench? They got a tough game against Burnley. And they had a game during the week away at Hibs. And don't forget what happened in the first game. They conceded 5 goals against Newcastle. That's why I got Chilwell in, because I think he would deliver. Gabriel not starting, mate. I'll sell. I can't this week, mate. I would have sold him if Luke Shaw had not gone injured. That's the reason. Don't say another question about Gabriel again. That's Trice down. Somebody's putting those comments. Good team. Thanks, mate. Star Cash over Gabriel. Then no chance. People want to benchmark Eddie. Do not do that. How many points did you have? 62. 62 points. Yeah, even James and Sarah Joe Petro. How do you feel about SA? He's a good player. Yes, I know he's blanked. I thought the first game he was very unlucky not to get something against Sheffield United. But it's one of those things. That's the way it goes. Just unlucky not to deliver against Sheffield United. That's why I got him in. Or I could have gotten a Brighton player, but it's the way it goes. I could have even gotten Sunday March, but it's the way it goes. Sunday March has had a good start to the season. I haven't many other one, the Real Viva one. Tottenham have very good next 3 games. They do indeed, but they're not going to do as well as they did 2 years ago because their defense is still terrible. To be honest with you, that's why they're going to have a tough game away at Bournemouth. Other teams are going to be find it difficult to get results away at Bournemouth. Will I start that Tottenham defender or Gabriel? I think I will start for Gabriel. It says that Gabriel is starting on James's predictions. Predictions. Gotta go back to Andy. Go back to Andy. Oh no. Gotta go to that guy from Ireland. Don't see Pedro starting tomorrow. I think he will be starting tomorrow evening. The team that follow him on what do you call it? His Instagram, X. I think he's on TikTok as well. No, he's not. No, he's not. Sorry, no, he's not on TikTok. He's got Onana and Go, Saliba, Chilwell, Estrapina, Fernandez, Rashford, Vice Captain, Saka, Matona, Martelli, Nicholas Jackson, and Haaland as captain. Jason want me to take out Capri. I can't. I can't do that. You know that because I already made my transfer. I'm not doing that. The Serbi. Yes, I know you were told. I know Pedro didn't start last week, but he's going to start this week. He's on penalties for Brighton. He's had his rest. The squad so much will probably start Welbeck. Not Pedro. He's not going to start. He's not going to start Welbeck. Welbeck's being poor. Welbeck's being poor. Welbeck's being poor. The first two matches. Says that Welbeck's starting, not Ferguson. We'll see what happens. I don't have a picture. Check who's starting in Spain. Oh, the man, he's actually not starting for. That's what's it out on the bench. Yeah. Who was the transfer? I got rid of Luke Shaw in place of Ben Chilwell because last week I made the transfer as well. Like took a gamble on Romero because he got 13 points altogether. Last last 2 game weeks. Francis, why aren't you tackling that game tonight? The reason why, because I don't have enough money to get Jackson and Haaland. Haaland will deliver because he did deliver last week. João Pedro for me. No, not the Rovers game. It's on the TV anyway. It's on the TV anyway. Because I'm busy with other fancy. Oh, that's real team. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight, mate. Car City tonight post we seen very late because I do the English fantasy as well, as you know. Jamie, what do you think of Chelsea double defense? I don't really know, Jamie. If I'm honest with you, they got good fixtures, but I, I don't think I'd be comfortable with that. I think Chilwell will get your points, like he's on corners. He could be on free kicks because of Reece James. Like I don't know what Gusto's like, to be honest with you. I don't know. Yeah, he's a good option, but he's not going to get you that many tackle returns every week. What's up? Jack Pedro won't start. Looks what the Serbi says. When asked about him and Ferguson, but says in all the teams Pedro starting. I don't know about Ferguson. Don't know about Ferguson. On the sports mode, he's not starting. Could you captain them Fabrano or Haaland? Haaland. Gabriel question mark, yeah. There's rumours that he's starting. He's starting. Madison. We don't know why he's available, but I don't know whether he fitting up to start like. I don't know. Yeah. And Bremo. Got 6.6 now. Yeah. It'd be tough for Brighton after this. Yeah. We mentioned there. We'll see. Start João Pedro. Gotta go back to Andy. Oh, got it. Scoutcast now. 30 minutes to the deadline closes. I think this is Sam's team. Sam's got Flecken, Cash, Estepina, Chilwell, Rashford, Roberto, Diaby, Salah, Saka, Vice Captain Pedro, and Captain Haaland, bench, Turner, Anderson, put Gabriel on the bench, second, and Arthur, who's recently gone to. He's actually left Villa now. He's actually gone to Sheffield United now. Do you think Jackson will score tonight? No, I hope he does. I hope he does. Jack, good on you for no Man United players. That only one. The keeper. The keeper. I do have one Man United keeper because Man United being terrible. The first two matches. They've been shocking. If I were you, I would start Cash over Gabriel. We see what happens. See what happens. Gabriel won't start, but we see what happens tomorrow, Matt. I think he will start. Does it really matter? Kind of killed two birds with one stone. Like Gabriel, to be fair, has had two benches. He's got to start tomorrow. Galaxy Brain. Dead team. Thanks, Kieran. Stop. Give up the tips with Pedro. Up top. Yay. Up top. Francis, do you think Leeds will come back up? I don't know. I don't know because that's a tough division. I don't know. You haven't had a good start to the season. Francis Shambles. Steve. Shocking team. Francis Stick. Alan Smith. Alan Smith, are you having a laugh? Alan Smith's retired. Oh, people said 50% say yes, 50% say no, getting rid of Salah like. Him or Mark. Oh, Paducah was a good player back in the day, but their history, their history, unfortunately, I think this is David's team. This is David's team, I think. Joe Berger's team. He's got Oman and goal, Chilwell, Estepina, Saliba, Rashford, Fernandez, Vice Captain Saka, Martelli, Captain Haaland, Watkins, and Alvarez. Alvarez, bench, Turner, that new Tottenham defender, Anderson, and that guy, the other new defender beginning with K. Pedro or Rockets. Pedro for me, Shane. Diaby. Oh, Jesus. Diaby's good, but he comes off early, but so does Pedro as well. Tough one. I'll go with Pedro because he's on penalties. Will Gabriel start? Find out tomorrow afternoon. I think you will. Surely you start Cash over Gabriel. I would love to, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think Arsenal will get a clean sheet, and I think Gabriel will start. I'm not confident of starting, but my team, like, I have to keep the faith. That's all. Start. I think I'll start. I think I'll start Walker there, even though he's not going to get you tackle returns. He will get you a clean sheet. That's about it. Wow. Looking at the team, the challenge there. If Madison's fully trained today, he might start. I think that's really nice. Nice bit of punt. Nice fixture this weekend. Long term. Word to the previous. If you want guaranteed answers to your question. 20 minutes. Don't forget to lock in your teams in the next 20 minutes. go back to Andy. Jesus, I've been off Andy for a while now. Andy has said about Sterling. They haven't been talking about Sterling, but if he smashes it tonight, like, I could check on. The Chelsea team. Madness. Jota and Madison, I think. He said about Foden being benched. He's not getting benched. Says in the rumours that Lukaku could be starting. Nathan Bacon. Lukaku, he's actually very cheap as well. He's only 7 million. They traded well about Gusto. João Pedro starts. Yeah, I think he will, Taylor. I think he will. Chelsea team. Not to do it now. De Zerbi says Ferguson will start. No, I didn't hear about that news. I don't think. I say you will, but you never know. Like, take out João Pedro. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I've already made a transfer. Chilwell and Jackson are starting. I'm sure there's more coming. Anana, I'm helping you. It's my team. I think Foden will do well this week. Absolutely. He's got Sheffield United away. Well, of course, he blanked away at Burnley, but I think he will do well this week. Because Sheffield United are rubbish. Who start? Henry or Gabriel? Probably Henry, James. I have an inside score in club. Really, he is not starting, but you never know. He's starting on what do you call it, mode sports. Doesn't matter who starts. It is what it is. Like he is confirmed not starting, but we see what happens tomorrow. We see what happens tomorrow. He's had his rest. He's had his rest. Bench him. No, no. I don't trust it. I don't trust anybody. It's the name of the game. Like I just don't. He's just saying just keeper starts Sanchez. Do trust because he's on penalties. What happens if he scores a penalty? Remember me. I know. Luton to beat Chelsea. No, no chance. No chance. If they get a drop, it's a great achievement for Luton, but they're not going to beat Chelsea. No chance. Because they're going to concede a lot of chances. That's going to be Luton's problem this season. All, all I want is you to remind I told you so. We see what happens tomorrow. Sometimes you just get lucky. I know there's some in the club. You going to the Rovers game? No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm watching it on the TV. I feel he wasn't starting last week. That's why I look him out. Yes, he's had his rest. Hope you remember I told you so. This mate. To be fair, I don't trust anybody. Like to be honest with you, I don't trust anybody. It's the name of the game. Like good luck. Thank you. I think I do well. Anyway, I think I do well. Anyway, I'm happy with my team. I got the right captaincy. Hopefully, because Cash might only get me only 6 points. Some it might be a bit more, but sometimes it's nothing as well. Like probably not. I wish. Oh, I think you need more prowess, is it? Sorry, I can't spell that. You might see him score today. Prefer Jackson. If you want Alvarez, go for Alvarez. 10 minutes ago to the deadline closes. And of course, I have to do what you call it, the German fancy as well. Want to finish this as well, like, and of course, the Shower Grovers team nails as well. Arthur won't play. Jerry Quinn from Shamrock Rovers. Fair suit. Sanchez just got injured. He did, but he's got a day, and then unfortunately you're not going to know, Andrew, to be fair, about Martinez, because Aston Villa don't play until Sunday away at Burnley. You don't know what's going to happen. Options on Akanji. I think he will start. The only problem is he's not going to get you any returns or bonus points. That's a problem with Akanji. He might only get a clean sheet. That's about it. That could change. Drop on Old Trafford. Will you be? I don't know whether I'll be at Old Trafford again or not, because the only problem is it's too much money now. Too much money. And I don't have a job. And I'm not going to either. He's trying to mess with the team. No, like, will Burnley keeper Trafford start? Course he will start for Burnley. He's Burnley's first choice, isn't he? Mark Matona or Estepinian. I think they both start, Mark. If I'm honest with you, I think they both start. Who's got? Why he's going to put Fernandez? What? Oh, he said Conrad, not Cabral. No, but like, who do you think will get more points? I will have to go. I will have to go for Estepinian. Just Callum, what do you think of Alvarez? I think he's good. I think he's a good option, but I don't think he's a 90-minute player. I don't think he doesn't get that many shots on target as he did last week. I know he scored last week. How do people do it? It's doing Andy's head in. And Ferguson is playing. That means no Pedro. We'll see what happens. See what happens tomorrow, Jeff. I don't think Alana's good enough to start anymore. I'll keep it. I'm starting Pedro because he's on penalties for Brighton. That's the reason. That's the reason. Stupid things. Not worth it. I'm gonna do my team now. Don't forget to what you call it, plenty of likes on the stream. True. Like ourselves, we have those strikers. Lukaku starts. Can you imagine? 2 minutes ago. Probably not. Sterling Chilwell. 1 minute to go. Yeah, so my team is Onana and goal. Defense Chilwell, Gabriel, Estepina, midfield, Foden, Abono, Salah, my vice captain, Saka, Eze, up front, João Pedro, and captain Erling Haaland, my bench, Turner, Cash, Nico Lewis, and Bamba, who doesn't get any minutes. You like being a toast, mate? Yeah, I like toast. Yeah, I like beans and toast, yes. And who do you? Unfortunately, not going to read all the comments, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because we're out of time. So that's it. The deadline is now closed. So I think I'm going to leave you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you for tuning in. I want to wish everybody the best of luck for what you call it for hashtag for game week 3. No more questions in the comments. Unfortunately, so I'm going to love you, Salavius. All true, sound true, stay clever together, and best of luck with game week 3. And stay safe as always. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again hopefully next Friday. Bye bye.